Hello everyone, I'm Indukuri Tejashree. In today's video, I'm going to help you find out the median of the elements in an array. Okay, so what is a median? Median can be defined as the middle number in a list of sorted numbers. Okay, we're going to find the median in the elements of an array. What does array mean? Array can be defined as a group of values under similar data type. Now we know what is an array and also a median. Now let's get into the topic. The objective of our code is to calculate the median of list of numbers inputted by the user, which means the numbers are inputted by the user in dynamic way of C. Now, the process overview is of three steps. First one is user inputs the array size and elements. The array is sorted, then the median is computed based on the sorted array. Okay, now let's get into the code. Here, in the first line, I have written something. Uh, do we know what it is? Okay, so first line is written as program to find the median of the elements in the given array. This line is written in the first section, also known as the documentation section of C. Here we write what the code is about. And the next section, I've written something like hash include stdio.h, which comes under the predefined library of C. And then here we have defined void sort array. It is a function that we are using in this code to sort the array. And here we are defining int array and int n, and then also int temp. What is temp? Temp is a variable where we are storing some value temporarily. Okay, next here we are using two loops. For loop, it's a nested for loop. So in the first one is int I equals to 0, second one is int j equals to I plus 1, and then we are comparing the element in the ith position if it is greater than the element in the jth position. So, and then what we are doing is we are assigning this value to the temp and we are swapping the values. If the element in the ith position is greater than the element in the jth position, we are swapping the values, not the index, but the values of I and j to sort the array in ascending order. And now, if this is clear, we are going ahead to another function, find median. In this function, int array int n, and we have called sort array function, which we have defined above. Here we have defined the sort array function. We are calling that function in this one so that the sorted array will come here, and then we can calculate the median for that one. And now in the if block, if n percentile 2 double equals to 0, we are using this condition to find the median of the even number. If the number of elements are even, then we have to find the average of nth element and n minus 1th element. So we are using this function. And next, in the else block, if the number of elements are odd, we can just write n by 2. And now let's get into the most important section in the code, main block. The code execution starts from the main block in every C program. In the main block, we have written int main, and then we are defining one integer n so that we are taking the number of elements as n. Here, first one we are writing print enter the number of elements in the array. We are asking the user to enter the number of elements they want in the array. So, and then scanf, using scanf, we are saving that number into the n. And then int array, printf, enter the elements of the array. Now we have already stored the number of elements in the array, and now we are trying to store the array elements. And then we are using for loop to save the elements into the array. And now, after we take input of number of elements and the elements, we are going here to float median equals to find median array comma n. Did we see this somewhere? Okay, let's go up. Here we have defined the function find median, which has called sort array function, and from that sorted array it is finding out the median. Now we are calling this function into our main block, and then we are printing the result. Now let's see if this works. Okay, I'll explain the code in detail with tracing, and then you'll understand without any doubts. So let's run this code, shall we? Okay, run. Yeah, okay. Enter the number of elements in the array. For example, let us take 4. Enter the elements of the array. So what are the elements we can take? Let's take it in unsorted way, okay? Well, 6, 2, 8, and 4. Yeah, I've taken 4 numbers, and now let's see if we get the right answer. The median is 5, and yes, we have got the right answer. Let me explain tracing to you guys. Tracing is nothing but dry run of the code. Okay, when I explain this tracing, you'll understand each and everything clearly and carefully. Okay, as I said, every execution starts from the main block. Let's get into the main block. In main, first the number of elements in the array we have entered as 4, and the elements in the array we have added all the elements in the array. Now, code tracing. First of all, we are taking in the code we have taken the enter the elements, number of elements. So here we have written size equals to 4, and array. What is the array elements we are giving? 6, 2, 8, 4, right? So next, now we're going to start the step by step tracing. You also do it with so that you'll get a clarity on the code. Here the number, and now we are entering the for block. When we enter the for loop, here it's given that I equals to 0 and I less than n. I equals to 0, and n we have taken as 4, right? So the number of element is 4, and if we are checking if I is less than n, 0 is less than n, obviously. So we're moving on to the second for loop. Here it's given that j equals to I plus 1. So I is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and j less than n. So 1 is less than n. That is also true. We are moving on to the next block, which is if block. In this block, we are checking if the element in the ith position is greater than the element in the jth position. Here, let's see. The element in the ith position, which is 0th position, is 6, and element in the jth position, which is 1, is 2. We are checking if 6 is greater than 2. And yes, it is. So we are entering the if block. We are swapping the elements 2 and 6 so that we will get the sorted array. In the first iteration, we are comparing the elements and we swap them because it is true. Now the array state we get is we have swapped 2 to 6, so 2, 6, 8, 4. In the second iteration, when the loop iterates again, it comes and I array of I is 1 and array of j is 2. So we have to check the first element, index in the 1. So in index 1, here we should be checking this array, not this one. So here in first position we have 6, and in second position we have 8. So array of I is not greater than array of 8. So we don't swap them, no swap needed. And then when the loop iterates for the third time, we have we get the numbers array of 2 and array of 3. So when we check array of 2, here is 8, 0, 1, 2. Array of 2 is 8 and array of 3 is 4. 8 is greater than 4, so we swap 4 and 8, and final array we get is 2, 6, 4, 8. And next, this block comes out of the second for loop and again enters from the start. So second pass, in this iteration, we have here the final array is 2, 6, 4, 8. Now the loop starts from the first again. So I equals to 0 and I less than n. 0 is less than 1. Obviously, just like the the previous one. Here in zeroth element we have 2, and in I first element we have 6. So 2 is not greater than 6. So we don't need any swap. And then we go to the second iteration again, where the first element here, the element in the first index here is 6, and the element in the second index here is 4. So 6 is greater than 4, so we swap them and we get 2, 4, 6, 8. And then the loop does not stop here until it returns false. So then we repeat in the third iteration, and we see the same array state 2, 4, 6, 8. And in third pass, all the three iterations will return the same value 2, 4, 6, 8. So here we have our final sorted array. Here we have our final result. In final result, the array is 2, 4, 6, 8, which is sorted in ascending order. So, after sorting this array, the median calculation will be done. As the number of elements in this array are 4, we have to calculate using the formula of average of two middle elements. Here, the two middle elements are 4 and 6. Average of 4 and 6. 4 plus 6 by 2. 10 by 2 is 5. So, just like we have got the answer here as 5. Yeah, so we have completed the code successfully, and you can post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.